Hi seamstress, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we shall be drafting a pattern for this gorgeous vintage dress. First of all, we're going to go redraw our neckline. To do that, I'm just going to go ahead at this length here. I'm just going to go on and draw a straight line like this, which is going to serve as our square neckline. At this point here, that is the shoulder area, I'm just going to go in by 1 inch. As usual, I shall be working with my centimeter side of my tip. So draw a straight line. We shall then go ahead and trim it off. You do the same thing for the back pattern as well. If you feel it's too wide, you go ahead and contour it. Otherwise, one of the ways in which you can balance a square neckline where it is too high is to attach boning to it. We have 2 dots here, so these are one of the instances where you would require 2 dots. And how do you move from 1 dot to 2 dots? Very simple. What you do is you go ahead and take the entire measurement of your dot at this point here. Whatever your answer is, you divide it by 2 and then you spread it along your bodies. You should also note that the only thing you're going to do is reduce the size of this dart, because this dart is instrumental in creating a princess dart. What you're going to do is just to reduce the size of this dart and create another one by the side. Usually not more than 2 inches away from this dart. So by the time you take the entire measurement of this dart, let's check. Okay, what I'm working with here, I'm going to go ahead and divide it by 2. So at this point here, I'm now going to go ahead and redistribute my darts. So assuming the width of my darts say is 2 inches, it just means that I'm going to divide my 2 inches to 2, which is going to be make 2, which is going to make it 1 inch. So now that 1 inch, I'm going to subdivide it by 2, thereby marking ½ inch on one side and another ½ inch on the other side. Then I will go ahead and redraw my darts. I have now successfully reduced the size of this dart from 2 inches to 1 inch in total. Here it is, we have gone ahead and created 1 dart. And like I said, if this entire dart here is 2 inches, we are going to make this dart now 1 inch. And then we'll create another dart by the side, the exact size of this new dart, which is also going to be 1 inch. From this new dart here, we're just going to go ahead and measure 1.5 inch away from it. So you do something like this, 1.5 inch. We're now going to go ahead and draw this dart to be the exact length as this other dart. So from this bust point here, we're going to take the entire measurement from this bust point here to this point, the entire length of the dart. So you go on ahead, you measure each. We have 7, so we'll go on ahead and mark 7 like this. Because we want to have a very straight line, we'll just go ahead and measure from the center front to this point where we marked, and we'll do the same thing because we want to have a straight line. Using our ruler, we'll just draw a straight line like this. Now on either side of this line, we're going to go ahead and mark ½ inch for our new darts. So this is it. Now we have gone ahead and redistributed our darts and created 2 darts instead of 1. Now to create your princess dart, it's very easy. All you have to do is just to go ahead and take the entire measurement of your armhole like this. We have 8.5, so we're just going to go ahead and mark half of it, which is going to be 4¼ you mark it, then you go above it by ½ inch like this. Using a straight line, you just connect from this new mark here and connect to my bust point like this. What we're going to do now is dart rotation. We're going to rotate this dart to this point here. Now, to continue, we're just going to go on ahead and take a measurement from this point here. That's our center front to this point here. 4½. Using a straight line, we'll connect this like this. We then take the entire measurement of this line we just created like this. Whatever our answer is, we divide by 2 and mark it like this. From this point, the standard measurement is 3/4 inch. So you go ahead at this point here, measure 3/4 inch and mark like this. Using your curve, you then go ahead from this part here where you connected, you started your straight line, you connect from this part here to here using a curve, and from here to here using a curve. To rotate this dart from this point to this point, we're just going to go ahead and slash this line to the bust point. This part of our bodice is going to come down like this. Then we'll hold it down with a tip. We then continue slashing. Now, someone might be tempted to ask, why didn't we contour the under bust area and the rest? This is not a bust here. It's just a princess that we're not trying to make it tight. We're just making a dress. This is our center piece and this is our side piece. We still have our dart here. This dart is going to be cut as it is like this and reflected on our fabric. The next thing we're going to do is to determine the length of our gathers. To do that, we're just going to go ahead and take a measurement that is no more than 10 inches from the hem. I'm using centimeter for the purpose of illustration, please. You draw a straight line and trim off. We'll keep this aside, we'll come back to them. I'm just going to go ahead and draw an arrow like this, which directs me that this here is the hem. And this is the part that is attached to the dress. So what I'm going to do is just to go on ahead and create slash lines. Okay, I'm just going to create 1 centimeter each. Like we always do, I'm going to go ahead and label my piece. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll go ahead and then slash them. Next thing I'm going to do is to spread them. So to spread, this is what I'm going to do. I have a brown paper that is exactly the length of this bottom here we're working with. So I'm just going to place number 1 here like this, then hold it down with a tip, followed by number 2. Now if you notice, this part of our dress is really full, so you have to kind of like spread it really wide. To do that, you will just go on ahead and say create, let's say 3 inches in between each piece. I'll go ahead and mark. Now we'll place number 2 like this. Now hold it with a tape as well. And this is what we have. For the band around this area, you can just go ahead and cut a piece of fabric, fold it and attach it to the lower part of your dress. Now we're done with this. This here is attached to this as a garter. Remember that. But we're not done yet. Remember I said that this dress is an A-shape dress. So we're going to work with this to get our A shape. We're just going to take a measurement from the center front line here to this point. Whatever we get, we divide by 2. We'll then go ahead and slash the line like this. Then we continue this way. Careful not to cut it off entirely. Next thing we're going to do is just to place a piece of paper and spread this. So here is a brown paper. I'm just going to go ahead and place it under like this. Then go on and spread. Now to spread, I'm just going to go ahead and measure from this waistline here where I have trimmed. I'm going to push it aside like this. Let me hold it down like this. Then go on and measure 1 inch or 1.5 inch like this, or even 1/2 inch, whatever it is you're comfortable working with. From the waistline you mark. After marking, then you spread this like this. Make sure that this part here touches the point where you marked like this. You hold it with a tip. Then you go on ahead and redraw your waist area, your hem. So here it is. I have gone ahead and trimmed off the excess around the hem here, and I have also gone ahead and held everything down with a tape to look neat. If you notice at the beginning of the video when I was cutting out the dart, I erroneously cut out the initial dart instead of our new dart. Well, I've gone ahead and cut it and reattached it to the appropriate place. That's the waist area. This is our new dart. Please take note when cutting your own pattern so you don't go and make the mistake I made. We have our center front here and our side. This is the band you place above your gathered piece here.